Well, what an absolute crazy day yesterday. Usually you do get a bit of a sell-off on a Monday, and that was massively unexpected, but there's been a lot of things going on. I mean, you could say that miners are selling, which is bringing the price significantly down, but also we had a lot of FUD going on with Luna yesterday, and the UST depegged massively. I mean, if you look at UST compared to Tether, it dropped like down there. Look at that. That completely lost its peg. It lost like 40% of its value within space of a day, which is astronomical. I'm not exactly entirely sure what happened with the funds, because I know they did send a lot of their funds, the BTC that are bought, to the exchange at Gemini. But I'm not sure if they dumped or not. I think that could have had a significant impact on the price, as well as all other things, as people shorting, massive amounts of shorts building up. But also massive amounts of longs are starting to build up as well. So it's a very indecisive time. The markets are starting to look horrific. I mean, we've mentioned this before on this channel. I said, look, if we do not hold of this line here, which was a trend line on a weekly time frame, if you look at that there, we had loads of taps. I think we had 6 taps on it. And I said, look, if we get any daily closures below this, we're going to dump down and potentially test this area of liquidity down here at 28, 29k. We've actually touched 29,800, so we just lost that, well, 29,700. We just lost that 30k region, and it's up in the air at the minute. We either bounce on here and we form the most bullish weekly candle you ever see, because if we start pushing back up towards 34k, we're going to have a hammer candle on the weekly. And then that could spring us back on, and we could try and regain this here. You could be looking at this candle in 5, 6, 10 days time, and it could just be a massive wick down. And that tends to what happen whenever you see a major crash and you look back in history. It's usually a big fat wick down to the downside. So let's keep his fingers crossed and hope that that is the bottom, because if it's not, then there's plenty of other levels that you can monitor. I mean, if you look at this region here, down at 19,800, that's a previous all-time high, which we obviously hit. We did a major retracement. Just one key point to note that when we did those all-time highs and we dropped to a downside, we did an 85% pullback. I don't think that will happen again. There's so many people involved in Bitcoin now compared to when there was. If you look at 85%, you're going down to those 10k regions. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is the area where we do bounce and we try to regain some momentum. I mean, for any momentum, we need to get back above 33k. Once we get back above there, which is it's a major area of support, I think price action may follow, but very uncertain times. So what I want to take a quick look at is the crypto fear and greed. So let's see if I can get on here somewhere. I've not looked at it for a while. That type this morning. Crypto fear and greed index, that's what I need. I'm guessing it's going to be low. Yeah, it's down at 10. That is extreme fear. It's rarely goes down to those levels. So, in contrast, when it's that low, you do not want to buy. You just think, not a chance am I buying this. But historically, if you're buying assets when the fear is that low, you're going to do well, because you're buying when nobody else is wanting to buy. And it's crazy how your mindset works, because when the price was up here, we wanted to buy everything. When altcoins were all-time highs, we wanted to buy them. Everything was looking good. When you're down at these levels, you're thinking, oh, God, it looks bad. I'm not a chance I'm buying that. But like I say, historically, it is a great time to buy when the crypto fear and greed index is low. We've had a major flush out and you get a wick to the downside like that. If you look at these wicks here in the past, I mean, you look at these here. Look at all these wicks which got massively bought up. These wicks all got bought up. These ones here. And they're quite big wicks on that weekly time frame. So let's keep his fingers crossed that this is a big wick to the downside. We regain 33k and then get back towards 37k. Once we get back to 37k, we can really start to get a little bit of hopium back. But it's a long way off yet, that. It is a long way off. Just looking at a couple of the key indicators. So RSI on weekly time frame is dropping fairly low, down at 36%. If we drop down to a daily, we've actually had a bounce off that region here. So what usually, whenever you get into this green box, which is that oversold territory, you would expect to bounce. As you can see here, when we got oversold last time, we had a major push to the upside, and then let's see. I think this could be that could be that turning around point. If you look here in the past, we actually didn't bounce there, did we? We had a gradual decline and then a push up, but you can say we did bounce up at some stage. And then if you look back to here, this is March 2020. That was the COVID-19 dump. And then we went on to create some new all-time highs. So history does show us that when the RSI is oversold on the daily time frame, it generally is a good area to buy. So that's a couple of indicators there. We've mentioned the RSI is low. We mentioned that we are on the weekly time frame, we are wicking down into an area of liquidity, which is another a decent sign. Moving averages, the 20 and the 50. We've had a bearish cross now on the weekly time frame, which is not usually a good sign. But if you look at the daily time frame, we had a bullish cross and was pretty much followed by a bearish cross straight away. In history, usually you get a longer period between these crosses. The higher you go up the timeline, or should I say the time frame, the longer the spread out between the moving averages are. But the daily time frame shows us that we can switch around fairly quick. And to be honest, I think that's a good chance as well. So chart's looking a bit messy now. But you get my drift. I think that we need to pray that this is a wick down, a capitalization event, and then we do start to push on. Otherwise, you're going to start looking at these bottom of these wicks here at 28. You're going to then look at this wick down here at 24s. And then obviously we've got that elephant in the room there at 20k. I don't think that'll happen. Like I say, I think this is going to be the same scenario what's happened here. Or should I say, I bloody damn well hope so. We've had a good bounce this morning. I've been doing a bit of trading, a little bit of scalp trading. I longed at 31,300 around here, and I sold it. Well, I watched it. I had a TP up at 32,627. We actually pushed up there, and I moved my stop loss right up to 32,400, and then it dumped straight back into it. So I'm now out of position and looking for that next trade. Really, I mean, if we're looking at this move here, I mean, on the hourly time frame. If you're looking for a pullback, you could potentially look at these areas here. If you look at all these wicks, which was area of resistance, that could be the next entry. So 31,500 might be that next entry before we then do hopefully move on. If not, we're going to come back down to this region, which is something that we do not want. One thing to know, what I've started doing now is I've only just tested it out, but I'm going to start doing some copy trading over on BitGet. So if you join BitGet, follow me on here and you will be able to follow my trades as I go along. I've only been putting a few $100s in a minute, just testing it out, and I think, let's have a look. Let's go to my copy trade. I think we're 8% up so far. I've only got a little bit of pay now because I'm just testing it out, but 8.6% so far. You can put in as much money as you want. You can set your own stop losses, your own take profit limit. So you're kind of in charge. It's just the entries, which I pretty much choose. There's a link in the description of this video. I'll put it in the chat too. But if you do sign up, use that link below. Complete a couple of tasks like deposit, open a copy trade. You can get $153 free just for doing a few tasks. So go and check it out. But finally, just looking at a Bitcoin price, like I say, I think 31,500 might be my next level. The market is horrific. You can't get away from that. But at some stage, the market will bounce. This would be a very, very likely area to bounce. As you can see, it's a major area of support. And also remember that Sailor and Tesla's entries are around 30k or their average price. So I think they'll want to defend that with their life. So that's it. Just some quick thoughts on the market. I don't tend to cover Bitcoin so much, but seeing as though we've had an absolutely horrific 24 hours, I thought it would best to jump on here and just give you guys a bit of an update. So that's going to do it for today. If you want me to cover any specific projects, drop them in the comments of this video and I will get to them as soon as I can. But like I say, that's going to do it. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button and I'll catch you next time.